If you're into macabre art and spooky stories, look no further than this weekly series, which looks at new horror comics you'll find this week in your comic shops. Remember, this isn't a set of reviews, just a list of what you'll find when you hit the comic shops this week in Comics Horror, July 31st, 2024. Let's check out This Week in Comics Horror, July 31st, 2024. Let's start out with 4 from a small publisher who puts out a whole lot of horror, Blood Moon Comics. This week sees the 4th issue of HEXPAW, The Left Hand of the Devil, from Trevor Markwart. It's a noirish tale of a man who turns into a werecat who takes on a femme fatale that happens to be a witch. This cover is just oozing with indie goodness. Then The Long Road to Retribution #1 from Mark Fenton and Brian Rogers comes along and tells the story of a pair of guards at a prison colony in space that's close to boiling over. This one has a Mike Mignola look that I really dig. Winston Gambro has the last issue of Haunted House, a love story, coming this week, which tells a tale of gothic romance. And finally, GUNBREED, Murder of Talking Crows, #1 from Angel Fuentes, Hernan Gonzalez, and Lapizafilao, offers up a horror western that reminds me of some of those old Tim Truman comics, mixed with a little bit of The Crow tossed in for good measure. I say it every week, independent comics is where you'll find solid comic book horror. D.O.A. in LLC #1 is from the writer of Willy's Wonderland, G.O. Parsons, and artist Emanuele Tommarelli. It's about a ragtag group of mercs who are the best at taking out zombies, but only if the price is right. This one's from American Mythology. Over at Archie Comics, the 3rd issue of Judgment Day from Aubrey Sitterson and Megan Hutchison tells the tale of the end of days for the jolly residents of Riverdale. If it's kaiju you're fiending for, Godzilla Rivals is back, and this time the king of monsters tussles with a dragon called MANDA. I knew a girl named Manda once back in the day. She liked to tussle too. Manda. Cullen Bunn has another book on the racks this week. GHOSTLORE is from Boom Studios, and this one continues to tell ghost stories from the ghost's perspective. Dark Horse Comics always has a pinky toe in the genre of horror. This week, Operation Sunshine, Already Dead, #4, is the last issue of this series, answering the question whether our vampiric heroes will ever be able to cure themselves of vampirism. This one's from Marcus Parks, Henry Zebrowski, and David Rubin. And in The Butcher's Boy, #3, the son of a serial killer attempts to find out if he's destined to take up his father's hobby or if he can hold back his dark urges. This psychological slasher is from Landry Q. Walker and Justin Greenwood. A week doesn't go by without at least one book from horror sensation James Tynion IV, but I'm not jealous. Nope, not a bit. Nope. Anyway, this week there are 2 books from the king of comic book horror. House of Slaughter #25 marks the end of the Butcher's War storyline, delving into the inner fightings inside the monster hunting organization. Tynion teams up with Tate Brombal, Werther Deladera, and Antonio Fuso for this one. And the Department of Truth is back, and in its 24th issue, Tynion and artist Martin Simons take on the Kennedy assassination conspiracy. And yep, the Blood Hunt is still crawling along over at Marvel. This massive summer crossover failed to satiate my bloodlust, but maybe it wet your whistle. This week has Blood Hunt Midnight Suns #3, Fantastic Four #22, and the 5th and final issue, woohoo, of the main Blood Hunt series comes out this week. You can choose between tame or bloody interiors in Blood Hunt #5, as with other issues of the Blood Hunt series, and this one promises big changes for the Marvel Universe. Sure it does. Well, that's it this week, for what it's worth, in comics horror. Not the strongest week, but you might find some surprises in there worth your hard-earned money and precious time. Let me know which ones you're interested in and which ones you'll pass up and why down in the comments. Please do me a favor and punch that like button down below. Share this video with all of your social media addicted pals. Click subscribe to this channel and ring that bell for notifications.
You're doomed to live the life you're meant to be, stuck inside your reality. You're doomed. Oh, you're doomed. You're doomed. God live the life that you are meant to be. Live inside